Hi guys, Eva Józefowicz, Let Life Flow. Today the video will be a little bit of theory and a bit of practice. So it's gonna be around activation, hard lock technique, hard locking technique coming from the Institute HeartMath. And it's actually based, recently I wrote an article, it's posted in the blog and in the Facebook community, where I was talking about the difference about hearing your inner voice, so your heart, yourself, and in being able to listen to yourself. Means that the difference is actually obvious, that is actually around that many of us, actually all of us, are hearing. Of course, hearing is not only by really hearing the voice in a sense through the ear, because hearing, when we talk about hearing with a heart, is really concerning all the five senses. Means that sometimes to hear your heart is like, I don't know, I'm going to sign an agreement and I have a kind of unpleasant feeling, I don't know, in my belly, in my stomach, something, you know, like cramp, you know. This is as well, you know, a voice of your heart that is telling you this is not what you should do. This agreement will not serve you. Don't do this. And very often, from this point, we are ignoring it. We are ignoring because we don't believe it, because we are thinking it's our heart, it's fear, it's whatever. Or sometimes we know it's us, it's our intuition. However, still we are, you know, raised to satisfy others, what our parents will say, what others will say, what the business guy will say in front, that I should just sign the contract or whatever. So instead really to listen to ourselves, we are trying to please others. Now, based on the recall healing, the source, the primer source of any kind of sickness is exactly the moment when you are ignoring the voice of your heart and when you are not listening to it. Because what is happening after, you know, sadness, anger, disappointment, whatever emotions causing stress and a lot of things, and then other sicknesses, is just a follow-up. So when I put this article after, I said, okay, that's fine, but I know that many of you in one-to-one work, but as well posting comments, especially on Facebook, we are already 1,200 people. Thank you and welcome, and I'm very happy that the community is growing so fast. I'm saying it's okay, maybe I hear the voice, but I don't know how to connect with this source. I don't know really, you know, I'm not even sure if it's my heart, how to connect with the heart. And you know, first of all, so we will do the practice. The practice is coming from, it's a practice of coherence of heart, because I recently certified as an at-heart facilitator of HeartMath Institute. However, before to start this and really practice, I would like to put some, you know, few facts, theory facts. I know it might be boring. You may say, okay, I mean, let's go to the practice. However, you know, I'm not a fan when we are focused only on one of our tools, because we have body, mind and heart, and all of them are important to serve us, and all of them are connected. The point is that if our mind is not involved, if we don't understand why it's worth to do this, how many times honestly you will do it, till the thought will come, yeah, but okay, maybe tomorrow. I don't know actually why I should do this, because what? The lady from YouTube told me to do this? So let's put some theory, and of course it's not my theory, it's really based on many research that you can follow on the HeartMath Institute. You can go and read some Joe Dispenza book or many other. So really, you know, there are facts, it's science which actually is combined with what we call spirituality. So when we talk about our tools, so our mind, which is the theory part, and it's I'm thinking. Then we have the body, which is I'm doing, so it is experience, and the heart, which is I am, and is the wisdom. Now, I do it on purpose, saying that the heart is the wisdom. We should say, why I'm not saying heart is the feeling. Of course, we feel with the heart, but it's much more. It's really kind of, it's the center of authentic you. It's your real source of truth, your connection with you, your real you, your authentic you, as well as much as your creativity. The creativity is not coming from the head, your intuition. So it's much more. If I would say I'm feeling, we may kind of, you know, lower down the meaning of the heart, saying that, okay, it's just this, you know, being emotional. This has nothing to do with this, okay? That's why it's your wisdom and it's being. Now, let's imagine how it's working and how it's combined. So when we have some theoretical thought, let's say I'm not quite self-confident person, not believing in myself, and I purchased the book of how to be more, how to love yourself. Okay? So when I'm reading this, I'm giving the new thoughts and I'm giving the new theoretical part in my brain. Okay? So the new patterns are being made in the brain. However, if we are stopping only on this, that I read the book and that's it, nothing really will work new. So means whatever was created, the new patterns in the brain will fall out, will fall apart. Okay. Now, if I'm reading, okay, how to be self-confident and whatever, you know, a practice, you know, practice in front of the mirror, telling yourself some things, or how to accept your body, you know, trying to be more gentle when you are taking a shower, when you are touching yourself, whatever, then we are going in doing, because, you know, to touch myself and to experience this is expressed by the body. And if I'm giving on top the feeling, so coming from the heart, which actually it's coming because already I create the new theory, so the thought, I am worthy, I'm beautiful, because it's somewhere in the book, in the theory. So the thought is already, you know, making a cycle in my mind. I'm going into the practice, so I'm going into experience, you know, how I'm, you know, more closer to my body, connecting with myself. And body is sending as well a signal, and the mind as well to the heart, because the thought, I'm beautiful, will be sent to the heart. Then the body will go through the experience into the heart. And I'm starting to feel better. I'm not saying you will feel immediately after the first time beautiful, for sure not. But maybe you will feel simply good. And that's already great. And then by feeling good, heart will send a note to the mind. If I'm feeling good, actually I'm not so bad. Another, you know, thought will be created. And, you know, the cycle will be going, you know, including the free tools. We could make the opposite an example. So if we take into consideration that by day we produce around 60 or 70,000 thoughts per day, but 90% of them are the same as the day before, means that, let's imagine I discover a new practice or a new book or whatever. I did it once, fine. But then the next day, my mind again is coming to the 90% of the thoughts, which anyway were I'm not worthy, I'm not good, I'm not pretty. So this will send the experience to the body. Body will follow the I'm not good. So sometimes, you know, you can even see that, you know, the body is expressing like, you know, somebody is, I don't know, I'm not sure, I'm not so motivated, you know, how I'm even putting the shoulders, or how I'm presenting myself, of the voice, or, you know, taking, you know, by greeting somebody, you know, holding the hand, if it's really kind of, you know, a strength and the energy, you know. And this will as well, you know, go, so the thought again, I'm not worthy, will go as well to the heart, and the experience from the body, you know, I'm kind of behaving anyway, like I don't do new things, it doesn't make sense, because anyway I'm not worthy, so I will not practice. So again, we'll, you know, send another signal to the heart where I don't feel worthy, maybe I feel anger, it doesn't work, it's stupid, I'm shit, I'm this, I'm that. And again, this feeling is sending, you know, signal to our mind, to our brain, and this is producing another thought, and you know, the cycle is going and going and going. So to break the loop, of course, we can go from the mind point of view. So really to localize our habits, our thoughts, then how, based on this exactly, what do we do? Kind of like automatic behaviors that are not serving us, and then to activate the feeling which are counterproductive to them. So if I'm not worthy, I'm activating the feeling of feeling beautiful, and then I'm going this loop. However, in this video, I would like to focus on make the other way around. So to activate your heart, and why? It's not better or you know, less good or whatever. I'm not comparing. Both ways are good. And there is an intention of me that to create a workshop where we will go all the ways around, working on our tools and the full coherence, which is really the alignment of our body, mind and heart. It's not a relaxation state. It's more really when the heart rhythm pattern is quite stable and nice, and not really having very big peaks, and where this is sending signals to the brain, where we have access to our cognitive part, so really the one which is responsible for clear thoughts, which is completely blocked when we are stressed, and you know, see that many times in stress, say, yeah, but I was not thinking clear, I don't know why I did it, how it happened. Yeah, you did not, because this is completely blocked. So the point is really to access this part of brain which is responsible for your decisions, decision-making part, and really clear thoughts, and to go through the body. So we experience this. Okay? So that would be the theory. One more thing to mention, which is very important, is that, of course, we need to understand that the main target of our body and our brain in the biological part is really that we survive and that we produce children. So the both parts, okay? So for the brain, it's not so much important, for instance, if you are happy. The most important is that you are alive. And sometimes even you will repeat not good behaviors and patterns and thoughts, because there are thoughts that we know, that we already know, where we used to. So they know how to react, they feel comfortable, and they know how to, you know, drive you. So for instance, you will not go under the car, you know. Now, as the connection, especially between the mind and the body, is strong, because at some point our body is doing and experiencing things even without, you know, not even necessary signals from the brain when we are conscious. So what we call autopilot, you know, how many times, for instance, you ask yourself, did I close my door? Did I, you know, really close, you know, using the key? Leaving to the work, and you cannot reconnect with the picture where you are really closing the door. However, at the end of the day, you are coming back home, and yes, you did. You close. So your hand is doing. It's your body did it, but your head was not really there. So we need to understand that when we are breaking this cycle and going the other way around and want to bring positive changes in our life, at the beginning we will not necessarily feel positive. Of course, in the practice itself, yes, but in the lifetime, maybe it will start to be uncomfortable. Maybe even our body will not feel good, or send kind of signals. No, it doesn't work. You see, I don't know, I'm more stressed. I'm not good. I'm this or that, you know. And then we are going back to our old cycle where we say, oh no, actually I feel good. Whew. Yeah, the first impulse is good because body feels more confident, because it's going to the cycle which is already autopilot. So in order to do the autopilot connection in the new, better way of you, and in synchronized way between your mind, body and heart, in a positive synchronicity, because the synchronicity is anyway there, I mean, but it can be, you know, with a source of negative thoughts and negative experiences and negative being, well-being of you, not well then, or the positive one. So in the middle, in order to create this automation, it's repetition, repetition, repetition. So the first signal when we feel not good, not sure, kind of, I don't know, something is like picking me on, or fear or discomfort, yes, yes, that's perfect, that's great, because it means you are on good way. You are changing, you are breaking the old loop which was not serving you. The only thing you need to do is really to trust in this. And again, repetition, repetition, repetition. It's boring till it is going into automate part of you, and then it's going by itself, by default, but in the good direction. Okay, so the first step is heart focused breathing. So I would encourage you to do this practice between 5 and 15 minutes, depending how much time you have and you can allocate. Best every morning and every evening. Repetition, repetition, repetition. So the heart focused breathing is, first close your eyes, because it's for us always much easier to go in our inner part, to feel the connection with the heart. In order to feel connected with your heart, I encourage you to put your heart on the chest, or really on the heart. I'm not able to put it now because this is exactly where I place my micro, but it's as well good to really put it in the middle of the chest. Simply follow your feeling. It's not really, you know, the full relaxation part, because we want to synchronize the autonomous nervous system. We don't want to lower it down so you are falling asleep, okay? And we start to breathe. So start to breathe a bit more calm, more deep, but don't force yourself for any kind of artificial way of breathing, like Ujjayi breath from yoga or whatever, okay? It's just a little bit more deeper than normal. And more slowly, okay? Breath in, breath out. Now, in order to synchronize the breath, I encourage you to count. The counting is as well very good. It's as well used in pranayama breathing practice in yoga. And it's helping us to concentrate on what we are doing here and not following other thoughts, which anyway will be, you know, making crisis around you. So let's count to 5 and let's breathe with 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and breathe out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And breathe out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now try to add a kind of image that when you are breathing, you are really breathing into your heart, still counting. Just by breathing, it's like, you know, you are breathing into the heart, your chest is expanding, your heart is, you know, like getting bigger. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And breathe out through the heart. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then the next step is to add what the HeartMath is calling regenerative feelings. Regenerative because we need to understand that just 5 minutes of experiencing this feeling is already increasing for 6 hours after our immune system markers. So the feelings are like care, appreciation, compassion. It can be love, but just test with yourself, because for some of us, love is bringing more other memories. It's bringing the memory of the pain, of the breakout, of heartbroken part, okay? So if it's the way, the better is to care, appreciate, compassion, okay? Then how to bring the feeling, really to feel it. Bring in your mind the image. Maybe you have animals, you know, how they are loving you, we're full of them, you know, kind of being thankful for this kind of love. So bring the image of your dog or other pet or your cat. Maybe you are mother or father. So think about your children, how small they were or are, how cute, how really, you know, open-hearted, with full trust with us. So feel this appreciation, feel this care, feel this compassion. You may bring an image of yourself in a certain situation when you felt this, but it should not be imaginary one, because really then if it's a real one, you are going into the feeling. and you are still breathing, activating your heart, okay? Staying like this. Whenever in the moment thought will come and you will follow the thought, bringing you out of the concept, go back from the beginning. Don't interrupt the practice. Go back to the breathing. Put your heart on the heart or keep it all the time. And start to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then add the image of your heart expanding in your chest and breathing through your heart when you are breathing out. And then bring back the image of you running with your dog, or you climbing the mountain, feeling, you know, the most happy moments of your life, whatever is calling you. And stay in this status. Like this, we are activating those feelings, which are very regenerative for our body, and which are sending plenty of positive thoughts in our mind, because we are really connected with the part which is really responsible for the decisions, for the clear thinking, the one which is for discovery, which is one that is ready for discovery. And these thoughts again will go through the body. We will start to experience this. Feel in the body, maybe better, maybe more I'm feeling. It's not only I read a book how to become a leader. I'm starting to apply the practices. I'm starting to become a leader. And then in my heart I'm activating the feeling, really I am already the leader. And then we are creating the new cycle. So with this really we are able to break out the loop without even, you know, recognizing which negative thoughts. We are going the other way around. So I truly encourage you to do this. Of course, if you want to understand more, especially to analyze as well which programs, which thoughts are driving you, what's your purpose, what are your talents, why you came here, whatever is here, you know, kind of which energies are driving you. I encourage you for one-to-one sessions when we are discovering all of this through the numerological portrait, or harmonizing it, or going through the full set of psychonumerological tools. But as well, you can simply practice this and see how this feeling of new you and connected with your source of truth, your true well-being, your authentic you, is starting to create completely other experience, and by itself after a new life, because the external world will always reply to the fact how we are and what we are feeling and what we are thinking. So let me know how it went. Have fun, enjoy. Beautiful day. Bye bye.